It may sound so silly, but that's exactly what the market is doing, laughing at Gary because no one is taking any of these things seriously. If they were, I mean, Coinbase will not be pumping to $80 a share, right? With this lawsuit, you would figure Coinbase would be hammered, but no, Coinbase is going up. And why is that? Because the big boys like BlackRock and Fidelity and Van Eyck, they're all partnering up with Coinbase. Not only is Coinbase going to be a custody or a custodian for BlackRock's Bitcoin spot ETF, they have just also refiled and named Coinbase as a surveillance sharing partner, and every single Bitcoin spot ETF is now listing Coinbase as the surveillance partner. Basically, it's a way to verify prices. And the SEC had some hesitations about that, saying, well, we need a partner to verify prices of your funds, basically, or Bitcoin, right? And guess what? They all named Coinbase. It makes sense because the Coinbase is the biggest exchange in the US, highly regulated, and despite the lawsuits, people still trust that Coinbase knows what they are doing. Okay, so that is the reason why Coinbase stock is skyrocketing and everyone's laughing at Gary's. Everyone's laughing at Gary right now, okay? People are calling for Gary's resignation. Over the weekend, we thought that maybe there's a chance that he's going to resign because rumors were swirling about him doing something he's not supposed to, and caught or this and that, and you know what? He was supposed to be removed or resign, I should say, but we haven't heard that, but maybe it's still coming, right? But just imagine. Everyone is backing Coinbase right now. So how can SEC have any argument about Coinbase not being registered and offering securities and bring all these doubts when every single major asset manager and institution is saying, no, we trust Coinbase, right? So think about that. Think about it. I mean, Gary's just in some hot waters right now. He's being laughed at, and he doesn't like it, but I don't know what else he can do. He already sued the two biggest exchanges in the US. Still hasn't brought Bitcoin and crypto down. Ethereum now has a new token standard. Most of you guys have heard of ERC20. Almost every single token on Ethereum is ERC20. There's a few other standards, but there's a new one called 223. This is like the 20 evolved. Okay, so in case you're wondering, why do you need a better token? Well, with ERC20, you can send your ETH to contracts and then they disappear, right? Especially contracts that are not meant to handle ETH. Well, they'll disappear. Inefficient gas usage, right? These are major problems. With the new 223, you cannot accidentally send tokens to a contract that doesn't support it, okay? And it consumes 2 times less gas and then prevents further bloating of the blockchain. Basically, it's an improvement, okay? I don't know why you have to call it 223. Why don't you just call it ERC 30 instead of 20 or 21, right? Why you have to make it so complicated, I don't know. But, you know, it just shows you. Ethereum continue to improve. Polygon makes another partnership with the Indian government, this time to track land. Interesting. I've seen this before. To track land deeds, and basically, you know, when you have a ledger or a blockchain, right, you could use it for all sorts of things. But anyways, I'm a big fan of Polygon. They can just continue to move forward. I feel like they are very underrated, and they continue to move forward, so that's good. Pancake Swap, some of you guys do like Pancake Swap, use it often. They're the biggest DEX on BNB chain, and they have expanded into EVM territory. They have expanded into ETH, and also now they have expanded into ZK EVM. Okay, and that relates to Polygon. So, I mean, again, Polygon is just absolutely, they're just killing it right now. They have this new ZK EVM. It's kind of like they're something. It's a new chain basically that can scale Ethereum's virtual machine. Okay, that's the easiest way to think about it. Binance is halting deposit withdrawal with some multi-chain bridge tokens. Interesting. I don't know exact reason, but there are a few. I think these are just smaller projects that have very low volume, which is why they're doing so. Out of the ones that are being halted, Polkastarter, Alchemy Pay, Superverse, Harvest Finance, Beefy Finance, Alpaca Finance, and Travala and Spell Token. They're all like farming. I think these, with the exception of Alchemy Pay and Polkastarter. Polkastarter is like a launch pad. Alchemy Pay is in like the fiat on-ramp, off-ramp stage, type project. Everything else is some kind of like farming project, right? Travala's in the travel industry. I don't know. It's kind of mixed. I don't know. I think these just have low volume. That's really bottom line. It's just low volume. They want to stop it. You look at Bitcoin after forming a new high. Where is it going? Well, according to Psychology of a Market Cycle, we're still in that kind of like disbelief stage. Okay. We had euphoria and then all the way back down to anger, right? Like every other cycle. Then it starts getting a little bit better. So we're kind of in that disbelief. But once we break higher, once we break to 36,000, 40,000, 50,000, that's when things get really exciting, right? And the bears will have no choice but to capitulate. Basically, it's the inverse. The bears start getting really angry as we start getting higher and go into depression and capitulate and panic and denial, right? Basically, it's the opposite for the bears. Some still do not believe. Some still are clinging on hope or spreading false FUD about, oh, Bitcoin still can do this or do that or go back down and make a new low. No. Okay, it's pretty obvious. Read the room. What's going on in the environment? What's happening, right? And guess what? We're in July. Tomorrow's 4th of July. So today, tomorrow, low volume, at least in the U.S. A lot of you guys outside the U.S., maybe you're not going to see that. But, you know, we're entering a holiday. Regardless, July, so far, it's been pretty good in the green. But traditionally speaking, if you look at and you average out all the months, July is a very, very, very bullish month. Very bullish. With the exception of 4 years, July has been very bullish. So now, if we follow the trend of 2022, 2021, or 2020, let's say we go up 20% from our 31,000. That's going to place Bitcoin around 36,000, 37,000 by the end of July. That's not bad.